controlled chaos here with the City Heroes Homecoming server adding in a new patch coming soon that's on the beta server. That's issue 28 page 2 legacy. They added a new power set for the controllers and dominators called Pyrotechnic Control. Let's go over and talk about what I think of this power set. Overall, it's very normal to the other controller power sets in that there's the holds, the snares, the sleeps, things like that. What makes this power really cool is the visual effects. It looks like fireworks going off. So it's sort of like you're a Jubilee or Dazzler type of character. And it's really nice. And the cool thing is you can color customize this power set. There are some cool little effects in here that they've done, such as with this update, they're adding in a deep sleep ability, which you don't know what that is. It's like a sleep ability, but a deep sleep is a shorter term hold, which is a nice change to adding into sleep when you do it. And hypnotizing light has that effect. They have some other cool things in here to add to this power, such as every control power in here for the most part has what's called this up in the air effect. So it will knock the enemies up in the air. And that's really nice because the cartwheel pet that you get actually has an ability that while they're up in the air, if that pet attacks and hits them in the air, it does extra damage. That's cool design. I like the thinking of that. They kept it within the constraints of what's going on. They gave it the visual effect for what the power set's supposed to be and things like that. There are a few things I wish they would change. The main thing is with the Catherine wheel. If you look at the fireworks for that, it's sort of a spinning effect of firework going around. And I wish they would have done that with the particle effect moving around an axis or an axis, or maybe even 2 or 3 axes of different colored fireworks moving around and popping off in its orbit, instead of just sort of having this complete globe shape with the pyrotechnics. I think they need to lessen that glow effect a bit and go that direction. But that's my personal opinion. You might actually like the look of it, but there's really cool things in here that they've done. Another power that they have in here is explosive banquet. This ability is really cool because it creates an explosion of light around an area, and foes inside that blast radius will be hit with a blast off into the air. And this is cool for the fact that they have a note in here that says this has an adaptive charge. Its base charge is 8 seconds, and each effect foe will increase the recharge by 14.5 seconds for a maximum of 240 seconds. So the more people that are in the area affected of this ability, the longer the recharge. That's a really nice add-on to this that I like. Other than that, these abilities are fairly basic, and it's got 1 sleep capability, and it adds on a lot to this. And it's always summoning of these sparkles and stuff like that. Some of them you just sort of toss into the area, and it keeps sort of the fireworks going off around them. So all that you can really judge this power on, besides the couple of enhancements on those few powers, is the visual effects. And it's nicely done. Along with, let's also mention the sound effects. The sound effects have that perfect fireworks sound effects. You're hearing the crackling, the whistling, the popping, and all that kind of stuff. So when you launch off the power, you hear that whistle, and then you hear the crackling and popping and stuff like that, and that continues to go off for a while. It's a nice touch. It adds to the feel and the immersion. So the immersion factor is completely there with this power set, and I love that. Overall, I say they did a killer job with that power set except for the minor critique I have about the pet. But that's, like I said, very minor. I think, in all honesty, what they did with the power set of the psychic armor is even nicer, because they really went in and tinkered with the mechanics of the power set. But that power set sort of needed it. This power set was more of the visuals. But if you're interested in checking out more about the psychic armor defensive power set for meleeers and sentinels, check out this video right here and have a great day.